Let's begin today in child's pose.
So, as you extend your hands long in child's pose, feeling grounded with your mat, maybe breathing into this space in the middle of the eyebrows, the third eye. It's your energy center for insight, for inner wisdom, knowledge, knowing. What do you know that you're pretending not to know? On your next inhale, just slowly move your arms, your hands over to the right. Bring your left hand on top of your right. And just press back with that left sit bone so you get a little release along the side of the body. Maybe taking that left hand underneath your armpit, turn the palms up. And just give your shoulder a little release. Slowly release back to center. When we're quiet, that inner knowing activates. Sometimes you can get answers to your questions, the things going on in your life, just by being quiet and still. You don't have to have your eyes closed. You could be outside in nature, in a garden, looking at a candle, maybe just lying in bed quiet. Slowly take the arms to the opposite side, right hand on top of left, pressing that right sit bone down into your heel. Bringing that arm underneath the armpit. Turn the palm up and breathe. Good, slowly release, I can't talk. Come up onto all fours and all the way down onto your belly. Just releasing. Oh. Release those knees. You can roll a little side to side. Settle your hips down. Bring your elbows underneath the shoulders. Fingertips pointing forward. And release the tops of your toes. And simply press up through the forearms Take an inhale and just relax your chin into your chest. Now try to relax your bum cheek. Both of them. Now try to breathe down into your belly so you can feel your belly pressing into your mat. Maybe sliding hands in a little, keeping the elbows locked in. Start to press up a little. Come up a little higher. Drop the chin. Maybe look over your right shoulder. Look straight. I'll tie my hair back. Look left. Look straight, look down. Maybe rolling over onto your left hip. Come all the way onto the sides of the feet, look over. Allow the rib cage to dip. Good, inhale, center, other side. Good, coming back to center, press up to all fours. Stick the butt right back. Curl the toes under, knees hip width apart. Spread the fingers. Take a deep inhale, drop the belly. And exhale, push the mat away, suck it in. Chin in, belly in. And why don't you take the next few moments to just move your body any way that it needs to be moved. Pausing, hanging out in any space that feels good. So just keep your eyes closed, just feel into your body. Can't do anything wrong if you're listening and tuning into your body. And if you can make your way back to all fours in the next few breaths, take an inhale, your right hand reaches open. Open up. Lift the fingers up to the ceiling and take the gaze up. Maybe rotate the wrist, wiggle the fingers. How good to have fingers to hold things, touch, feel. Exhale, thread it underneath your left armpit. Come all the way down, bring that shoulder down and turn the right cheek to the mat. Reaching through, and on an inhale, come back out. Inhale, opening out. Exhale, come through. And do a few more of those for me. Let your breath guide you. Set the time, the pace. Hold it here. Next time it's underneath. Stay there. Maybe your left hand finds your opposite hip, wrapping the hand around. Maybe your left leg extends back, pressing into the floor. Maybe you want to play with floating that leg. Maybe you fall over. Give it a try. Slowly, slowly replace. Unleash your arm. Unleash the hand. Open out. Unleash yourself on your life. Coming back to center. Repositioning, recalibrating, readjusting all the time. Take an inhale, left hand high. Open out. Oof, it's stiffer on this side. Rotate the fingers, the wrist. Take the gaze up. Exhale, thread it through. Come all the way through. Draw the cheek down. And again, inhale, open out. Exhale, thread. Follow your breath, the speed of your breath. Next time you're underneath, stay there. Maybe taking that right hand around, finding the crease of the wrist. Just opening out that shoulder as much as you can. Maybe then play with extending your right foot back, pressing the toe into the ground. And then maybe you want to have a little fun and try floating that leg. Flex the foot nice and strong. Now you press down with your hand, back of your hand, your shoulder, and keep your gaze steady. Breath, nice and slow, steady breath, steady body, steady mind. That's what I tell myself anyway. Good, slowly, slowly release the foot. Release the bind. Release that left hand. Open up first and place it down on the mat. A few cat-cows or just hip to shoulder, whatever feels good. As you transition into your down dog. Downward facing dog. Toes are curled under. Hips come high. Come high on the toes first of all, and just bend the knees deep, bring the belly all the way down, push your mat away as though you're pushing it out. Breathe. Good, exhale, start to draw your heels down towards your mat. Push your mat away, drawing the chest towards your thighs. And maybe the hamstrings are super tight this morning, so paddle out the heels. Just want you to tune into what feels good today, which maybe feels different from yesterday, the day before. Right? Rolling with what you're given in your body. Honoring where you are, giving yourself space to just accept how you're feeling today. On the next inhale, zip the toes together. Take your right leg to the sky and just float it. Maybe open out the hip and bring the heel towards the bum. Push the mat away. And if your wrists are sore, you can always drop down to your knees, take a time out, and find your way back into a shape. Take a deep inhale, point the toe back. Look between your hands and exhale. Bring that foot in between the hands, drop to your back knee. Keep that back toe curled under, and on an inhale, rise up. Lifting both hands, drawing the hips down to the ground, and take the gaze up. Then take an exhale, open out the hands towards the right. That's it. A little twist. Reach with the fingers, reach back with the other ones. Gaze over your shoulder. Good, drop that back hand to your butt. Why not grab a hold? Nobody else is. Lift on up with that left. Lift it up and over. Maybe thumb and finger come together. Breathe, draw the hips down a little more. Release the hand to the inside of your foot. Take your hand off your butt, reach high. Just trying to rotate open each breath a little more. Maybe you want to float your knee. Maybe 4 big circles reaching back. Inhale, come forwards and nice and slow. Don't be doing this around your shoulder joint. We need to get some oil in there, some fluid, we need some fluid in us. Inhale forward, exhale, take it back. One more. Good, leave the hand behind, drop back down to your knee. Curl the heel up to the butt. See if you can reach and touch your foot. If you're a bit stiff, no worries. If you're not, grab that outside edge of your foot and gaze over the shoulder. So you'll feel a big release down the front of that left thigh. A lot of compression in that right hip. Shoulder opening. Good, release the foot, bring the hands to the inside. Toe heel, the foot all the way out. Take your left hand on the ground, right hand. Press the knee open a little more. Get a little extra happening in this right hip. Good, slowly release. I want you to pick up your back knee. Walk the hands all the way around to the side of your mat. Coming into a forward fold. Bring the toes parallel with the outside edges, toes point forward. Fingers in line with the toe tips. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold in. Crown of the head coming down towards the mat. Just shake your head a little side to side. Just let your neck, your cervical spine decompress for a moment. Walk the hands over to the left ankle, the left shin, draw the body in. Slowly release, other side, draw in. Walk the hands around to face the front, step the back foot in about 2 feet. Toes pointing to the top of your mat. Take an inhale, try to lengthen up, suck your belly in, and exhale, draw that right hip back. Doing your best to straighten that front leg. It's called pyramid pose. It's another hamstring stretch. Slowly step the back foot in to join the front foot. Bend the knees deep. Bring the palms to the ground. So however much you have to bend down to get the palms down, get them down. Take an inhale, slowly start to lift the tailbone up. Look at your knees, and where you get stuck, you get stuck. But keep lifting the butt, the tailbone. Draw your head towards your knees. Grab opposite elbows and simply dangle the whole upper body. Bring your hands inside your elbows so you make like a little shelf. So you can just relax, sway a little side to side. Bring the fingers to the ground, toe heel the feet to the outside of your mat. Heels are in, toes are out. Lower the hips. Come down to Malasana, yogi squat. Good, bring the hands to heart. Use the elbows to press the knees out. Good, bring the palms back down, walk the feet back to down dog. There you go, good. Paddle out your heels, spread your fingers, and bring the weight into the thumb and the first finger pad. Press back, lowering the heels down towards the mat. Next inhale, left leg high to the sky, push back. Try to open out the side of the body. Maybe heel comes into the butt, maybe rotate your ankle, just because it feels good. Spreading your fingers, pressing the mat away. Take an inhale, point that toe to the back, look forward, and exhale, bring your foot through. Drop down to that right knee, nice and slow. No rush. Back toes curled under, and on an inhale, come on up, lift up the arms. Bring the gaze up. Spread the fingers, it turns into like a little back bend. Drawing the hips down towards the mat. Good, take a deep inhale, reach up, and exhale, open out to the left. Now once you find your shape, reach with the front hand. Reach back and gaze back. Back hand grabs a butt cheek. Front hand up and over. For a little rotation and a twist. Keeping that hip forward action. Release that right hand down to the inside of the foot. Left hand high to the sky. It's dragonfly. You can stay here or you could float your back foot. 4 big circles. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Again, shoulder problems. Get your hand on top of your shoulder and rotate the elbow. Shorten the lever. Next time it's at the back, hold it there. Maybe drop down to the back knee. You can stay here or you could float the foot towards the hand. You may never get hold of that foot. It's okay, you could grab a towel, a strap. Draw the hips forward. Slowly release the foot, hands to the inside. Toe heel, left foot to the outside of your mat. And just press that knee out a little more. You can gaze over your shoulder. Slowly, slowly release, toe heel back to the center. Walk the hands all the way round to the opposite side now. Bring your toes parallel with the sides of your mat. Come onto your fingertips. Take an inhale, look forward, lengthen. Exhale, fold in, crown of head coming down towards your mat. Maybe taking the hands this time, interlacing the fingers in the base of the spine. Just try to float those hands off the base of your spine. Nice deep breaths. We'll take 3 more here. Slowly, slowly release the hands. Walk the hands all the way back to the front. Bringing the toes with you. Step that back foot in. Step it in as far as you need to get it in there. Bring your hands down. Your front knee can have a bend in it. Inhale, lengthen. Try to lengthen out the spine. And exhale, draw the body down over that front leg. Look at your knee so your head isn't cranking on your neck. Breathe, drawing that left hip back a little more. Good, step that back foot in. Halfway lift. Inhale, you can bring your hands onto your shins if you like. Exhale, fold. And again, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Stepping the feet back to downward facing dog. Press back. Taking an inhale, coming onto the toes. Exhale, bring the knees down and just hover them over your mat. Hover them. Press back with the belly, press back with the hands, and come down all the way to your knees. Knees hip width apart. Walking the hands in. But keeping your bum back on the heels for me. Make sure toes tucked under. So you can get that, especially that little bugger, get it under there. All right, bum sitting back. Bring your hands on your thighs. Take a deep inhale, draw the hands up, arch the back for me. Bring the shoulder blades together, stick your knockers out. Look up, if you have any. Exhale, suck your belly button in, fingers down to the knees, chin into chest. Inhale, drawing the elbows back, shoulder blades back, nose to the sky. Exhale. Inhale up, exhale. Inhale up, stay here. Good, take an inhale, reach the hands up above the head, and exhale, take a twist to the right. Left hand on the knee, right hand reaching behind to the hip. Gaze over your shoulder. Still sitting back, toes still curled under. I have a plan, a cunning plan. Good, releasing the hands, keeping your butt back on those heels. Exhale, twist other side. Good, slowly release, come back to center, lift all the way up. Keep those toes tucked. Exhale, bring the hands behind the back. Bringing your fingers pointing down, bringing your elbows together. Take an inhale and press forward with the hips. Take the nose up to the sky. Little back bend, draw those elbows even closer. If it feels good, hold on to your heels. Oh. Pressing forward with the hips. Camel pose, Ustrasana. Mosquitoes up my nose. Slowly, slowly, starting to rise, hands to hips. Hands to hips. Release the toes. Ow. Good, come on to all fours for me. You can, if you need to tap out the toes and release that tightness, that grip, right? Release it. Slap that energy out of your body. Slowly, slowly draw your bum back onto your heels. So if you have a block here, any kind of knee issues, very important to put a block right underneath your hoo-ha, because that'll just give you a little bit of height. I would like you to start to grab your heels, bring them to the outside of your hips, your toes pointing directly to the back. So not splaying out, because that will put too much pressure on the knee and the hips will internally rotate. We want to kind of be pointing forward, bringing your butt back in between those heels. You can walk your hands back, take your head back. It's Virasana, hero's pose. So first option is to stay here. You can soften your elbows, repositioning my heels. And if you can come all the way down to your elbows, that still feels okay on your knees, and the head comes back, great. Some of you may be able to lay right back, depending on how the ligaments are, all your bits running up through the front side of your body, your thighs, your knees, your hip flexors. And breathe. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Come out the way you got in. If you have a block under your bum, take it out. Bring the knees together, feet together. Draw the hips back over the heels. Take the arms behind you, palms pointing up, forehead back to the mat. And breathe. Balasana, child's pose, just a different version. Slowly, slowly drawing the arms forward, pressing yourself up, taking that left foot and drawing it in between the feet. Curl the back toe under, walk that back knee back. Just hang out here for a moment in a little runner's lunge. Slowly start to walk the hands back towards the hips, extending your front leg. Maybe the toe comes up. It's half split, Hanumanasana. So inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold the body over that front leg. Just gaze at your knee so you release the back of your neck. Think about your tailbone tilting back and up. So tight today. Breathe. Good. Walk the hands forward. Rotate the hands all the way around to the side of the mat. Take that back foot round 90 degrees. Front toes pointing to the front. Come on up. One hand on the knee, one hand on the hip, and draw the hips forward. Let's get a little release on the inside thigh, the groin stretch area. Maybe back toes curled under for a little more stability. Now try not to bounce like I just did. Bring the elbow onto the knee. You could reach up and over. Get a little side extension. Release the hands down. Rotate the toes to the center, straighten out that leg. Hand comes down, other side. Extend overhead. Inhale, come all the way up, reach up, interlace your fingers, press up. Left hand down, right hand overhead. Good, right hand comes all the way up and down to the floor again. Extend left hand up, side plank. Option to slide the other leg out, side of the foot. And you can always just stay here, lift those hips. You could take a side plank, play. Good, slowly lowering down. Come on up, reach up. Exhale, bring the hands down in front of you. Onto all fours, leg extended, cat-cow, stick your butt up. Look up, exhale, push the mat away, suck it in. And again, inhale up. Exhale, push it away. Inhale up. Exhale, push it away. Good, now drop that straight knee to the ground. Walk the hands right into the center. So you've taken a wide kneeling position. You know what's coming if you've done this before. Take the foot out to the side, other foot out to the side. So you see my toes pointing out. I'm going to walk my knees as wide as they'll go. Take my toes as wide as they'll go. It's called frog. Now, if your knees are really hurting, turn the top of your mat over. Give yourself a little extra padding. You know how a little extra padding here and there helps out. You then slowly start to draw the hips back. You can walk the hands back. Maybe you just lower your chin to your chest. Maybe you come down onto your elbows. Maybe you pray. Bring your palms together and pray that this doesn't last more than 10 breaths. Press those hips right back. Lift the tailbone a little. Slowly release, come back up onto your hands. Slowly, slowly draw the toes back in. You've got to really come out of this position, whatever way works for you. Come to the back of your mat, back onto all fours. Take a few cat-cows, just gather yourself back up. A neutral spine, and when you're ready, you'll just bring that right foot forward, coming into your runner's lunge again. So just kind of get your hip flexor used to this shape. Take a breath or two and then slowly begin to lower the hips back. Take an inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold. Folding over that right leg this time. Try to curl the toes up. Try to relax your elbows. Tailbone tilts back and up. And right into that hamstring. Hanumanasana. Half split. Slowly, slowly walk the hands forward, bending into that front knee. Take a quarter turn out to the left. Bring that left foot back. Right toes pointing to the front. Come on up. So take a second, find this shape. Toes forward, leg pointing back. Just dip into that front leg. Again, if your knee hurts, just fold your mat over. Take a deep inhale, reach that left hand up and over. I'll just bring my other elbow onto the knee. Let's get a nice release down this side. Gaze up. Good, inhale, come all the way up. Straighten out that leg. Bring the toe pointing to the front, reach up. Exhale, left hand down, right hand up and over. Always an option if you're here. You can float your leg, have a little play, or just get that long line of energy all the way down the body. Gaze up at your fingers. Nice soft breath. Slowly, come on up. Hop all the way up. Other hand up and over. Reach overhead. Good, inhale up. Exhale, come on to all fours, cat-cows. Walking the hands back in, setting up for a side plank. You can extend bottom leg to join the other foot, reaching the hands up, lifting the hips a little higher, or stay here. Just lift the hips, reach the hands right up. Your choice. One more breath. Lower the hand, find your way back onto all fours, facing the front of the mat. Slowly draw the hips back to the heels and bring the legs right out in front. Extending the legs long. Grab your junk in your trunk, pull it back out. Or you can also just walk forward off your sit bones. Take a deep inhale, reach up. So think about vertebrae stacking, lifting, separating. So you get the length. Flex the feet, and exhale. Slowly draw the hands forward till you get stuck. Hamstrings get super tight. So take an inhale, bring the hands down onto your shins, lengthen up. Exhale, draw forward. You hit another block, so inhale. Exhale, walking slowly forward. Inhale again, lengthen, lift the chest. You're lifting up out of the hips and drawing the pelvis forward. Release the hands down by the thighs. Relax the toes, relax the chin. 10 breaths, Paschimottanasana. Slowly rise, take the hands behind, fingers point to the bum. You can lift the hips, point the toes, or you can either come to Purvottanasana, taking the head behind, or you slide the heels in, lift the hips and come to reverse tabletop, looking behind. Slowly, slowly lower, bring the heels towards your body, soles of the feet together. Take the hands around the feet and open the feet like a book. Take an inhale, bring the elbows to the inside of the knees, and exhale, just fold in, chin to chest. Breathe. Slowly rise and extend the legs out wide. You might have to get your meat from your seat, pull your bum out. Take a deep inhale, flex the feet for me. Inhale, reach up, and exhale. Start to draw the body forward. So drawing the pelvis forward, the fingers down onto the floor. Take an inhale, again lifting through the chest. Exhale, starting to draw forward. You might get stuck here. Doesn't mean you're crap at yoga, just means the socket, the ball and socket is bone on bone, is just clumped. You're never gonna get any farther down. So it is what it is, your body is where it's at in some capacities. Some things you can change, some things you can't. Take an inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. But what you can do is then breathe into the backs of the hamstrings. That's what you can work on, that tightness. Relax the chin. Slowly rise, finding your way down onto your back. You can bring your hands on your knees to get down there, or you could just fall back. Hug your knees in. You can rock a little side to side. Give yourself a little hip massage. They've worked quite hard today. They've been really focused on hamstrings and hips because they inhibit most forward motion in your body. You can extend your arms out long like airplane wings, palms up. Flatten your shoulder blades to your mat and just let your knees fall over to the right. Gazing over the other shoulder. And if that's a little too tight on the lower back for you, just bring both arms over to one side into comforting little fetus position. So again, just feeling your body and what it's capable of today. What does it need today? Slowly, slowly draw the knees through center, all the way over to the other side. Take the gaze opposite shoulder. Drawing the knees back to center. When you're ready, just extend the legs long. Take a deep inhale, exhale, let it go. Close your eyes. Take rest. Take a soft inhale, a soft exhale. Just bringing a little movement to the fingers. Maybe to the toes, the ankles. Maybe a good morning stretch. Bringing the knees one at a time in towards the chest. And finding your way onto a side. And when you're ready, pressing up. Finding cross-legged, comfortable, seated position to seal in your practice. Just bringing the hands towards the heart. Taking an inhale, sitting up a little taller. Energizing your spine. Just breathe out. And again. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Still alive. So, how alive are you being? How alive are you living? Something today that makes you connect, feel alive. Do it. Don't mess around. Don't wait for tomorrow. You might not get tomorrow. Sounds cliche, but it's very, very true. So don't wait. The light in me on is a light in each and every one of you. Go and have a beautiful, beautiful, fantastic day. Namaste.